Welcome to Mueller time.
Good evening.
Good evening. And I'm very proud to say that we have our first sponsor.
Yes, we do.
Diefendorf Watches, the American watch company for people that do life differently. And I want to thank James for taking a shot with us, and it's going to be a partnership. So how do you feel about that?
I'm very excited. We're legit now.
Yeah, yeah, we are. I'm currently wearing the watch right now. All right. So it was quite a week, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. The right-wing nut jobs that are still in my life are in serious denial. It's funny.
Yeah. And I just want to again thank while Chris was down in the OC fighting our battle down there, even though they're blue now, Mel came and Mel got a lot of great feedback.
Yeah, so, Mel, thanks for filling in.
And Mel's coming back just because I got a lot of messages the next day. So I got to listen to our listeners. They really liked him. So he's coming back.
Okay.
No, the three of us. Nobody's getting replaced. No. I also want to bring in my friend at some point, my friend Katie May, who's an immigration attorney, and I think it'd be really cool to get a woman on the show, and especially her because she's so just so knowledgeable and funny. Yeah. So yeah, it's becoming really at this point. If you are denying this thing, nah.
No, I know. Basically, though, we didn't really learn anything new. We just learned it's all real on Friday.
Yeah. No, yeah. I think you're right.
Yeah, I mean, everything that Seth Abramson's been telling us, everything Rachel Maddow's been telling us, everything that BuzzFeed's been reporting, it's all been real. None of it was fake news.
No, everything in the New York Times, the Washington Post, the Guardian, everyone's been on top of their game. It's just now being put together in a way that maybe the things are being. Yeah, you're right. I don't. There's not a lot of new information, but there's a lot of people tying things together.
Yeah.
Not that. By the way, not that there won't be new information. No. But a lot of the puzzle pieces are getting filled in.
Yeah, I thought it was such a brilliant move with Mueller having Trump turn in his take-home test, his written answers, before what we found out about Cohen on Friday.
Do you think all that was intentional?
I want to think so. Yes. Yeah. Trump. He got Trump to. There's your perjury. There's your perjury trap. Trump's written answers.
Right. The other
I use that phrase. I'm jokingly because.
No. Yeah. Right. The other thing they were saying was did Mueller know that Manafort was compromised, and then you kind of from the beginning, and then fed him a bunch of bullshit.
I knew he was compromised from the beginning. You knew he was compromised from the beginning. But yeah, I think you're absolutely right with the point you're making right there.
But I'm saying, I don't even do you think that he knew that he never intended to cooperate? And then, because I feel like that's, as much as I want to believe that's almost like the movie version.
This, yeah, I think that's exactly how it went down.
Yeah. Yeah. I also think with Manafort, I mean, in a way, the guy's such a character. I almost kind of, in a way, in a sick way, I almost kind of like Manafort because he's just a criminal. Mm-hmm. He's not like these half of these other bozos involved in this. He's just an international criminal involved in this for the money. Yeah. And at least I don't even know I know he's a Republican, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He's not there's just something about him that I understand. Yeah. What a week though. Mm-hmm. So that was one day where Michael Cohen.
We still haven't gotten Felony Friday yet.
Yeah. Yeah, that was Felony Monday, or I don't know, time moves differently. So yeah, and one day Michael Cohen pled guilty. The same day, you can correct me if I'm wrong, Deutsche Bank was raided in I'm sure what is a related thing to this.
Yeah, but we did not actually find out how those two things are related.
You're right.
We don't know what was taken in the raid from Deutsche Bank.
You're right. And in a lesser known thing, on the same day in Chicago, Trump's man in Chicago, a lawyer, his office was raided.
Did I know this one? I didn't hear about this.
It kind of was in the press, okay. And it may or not. This is the guy who controls when Trump does a deal in Chicago. I sound like him. This guy handles his business. Mm. So he's some alderman. It may or may not be related. I don't know.
Yeah.
But coincidences are not often in this kind of thing.
Well,
I think
there are no coincidences.
Right. Yeah, what day was that where all that stuff happened?
I can't remember what day any of this stuff goes down.
Yeah, time really does move differently in this kind of thing.
Yeah, Friday, it's Sunday evening as we are recording this right now, and Friday seems like a year ago.
Yeah. So
Trump already ran off to the land where all the Nazis go to disappear. Is he still there right now in Argentina? Is he going to come back from Argentina? He should just stay there like the rest of the World War II Nazis.
Yeah, we were joking about that. Like, I as I've said, I totally think that could happen.
Yeah. Did you see him wandering off the stage when they're trying to do the closing G20 photos?
It's like I don't even know what to say about that. So yeah, Mike Flynn pled guilty to one count of lying to Congress. As was noted, that's the first time that Mike. Did I say Mike Flynn?
You're saying Flynn now.
I meant
yes.
Michael Cohen. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Michael Cohen, for the first time, pled guilty to Mueller because previously those other charges are with not Mueller, the federal court there, that other stuff. So a lot of people noted that was interesting, lying to Congress. Of all the things that Mueller and him worked out as something to plead to, it seems to hint at a lot of other people are going to be in trouble.
Well, yeah, that's exactly the deal with what happened with Cohen on Friday.
Right.
That means everyone else lied. Cohen blew it for everybody.
You know what, Cohen, and if you do hear this, Mike, like I hope you do unblock me on Twitter because seriously, like he is unblocking people now. Hey, look.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah,
that's what's happening. Okay.
No, he unblocked a bunch of people. Like he's a registered Democrat now. Mm-hmm. Look, I'm all for the American.
He's not going to be voting though. He's going to be behind bars.
Yeah, no, he won't be voting for a while. But I believe in America's all about a second chance, redemption, and if Mike Cohen becomes the one guy who listened to them and took his shot, I mean, you got to hand it to him because that deal was offered to a lot of people. Like Manafort could have taken the deal. Mm-hmm. Nope. Who the hell would choose Rudolph Giuliani over Robert Mueller? Like,
yeah,
that's just not good thinking right there.
No. Speaking about getting unblocked, then what's the chances of finally getting Seb Gorka to unblock you? Remember him?
Oh yeah,
he hasn't really made any news lately.
Yeah, Seb Gorka, as you guys may or may not know, is he's an international criminal. The reason I say that, he's wanted on gun charges in Hungary. He is also a member of a neo-Nazi group. Somehow he's allowed to stay here. Mm-hmm. So yeah, he's known for blocking people on Twitter. I'm only one of many. Mm-hmm. Or as they once said in Captain America, the first of many. But whatever, you understand.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if I mixed my metaphors there, but yeah, I'm hoping to get unblocked by a lot of people when this thing is over. Yeah, so that was quite a day there. So now we know, of course, that Manafort is a double agent or triple agent. Manafort is going to be in jail till he's going to spend the holidays in jail.
Well, okay. Has he really been in ailing health? Because he was showing up in court in a wheelchair. How many years does he have left?
Yeah, I saw that they did that. Do you know who Vinny the Chin Gigante is?
Wow, okay.
This is more of an East Coast thing. Mm-hmm. Vinny the Chin was a mobster who used to pretend he was sort of disabled and incompetent. He used to walk around. I think
you've talked about this guy
tell you
before.
About that. Yeah, he used to walk around talking to himself. And it was this elaborate thing. Of course, it didn't fool the government. Mm-hmm. They just, he had all the video and they were like, yeah, but we know that you're not crazy or whatever. Mm-hmm. And he still went to jail. So, yeah, that was a good one.
Well, Manafort, he is in jail right now.
Mm-hmm.
And what did I just hear about? He won't actually have a face trial until like springtime. He's locked up for a while.
Yep. He's going to spend New Year's there. Mm-hmm. New Year's Eve in jail? That's not got to be a fun thing.
Why'd you pick New Year's over, say, Kwanzaa?
Well, because he doesn't celebrate Kwanzaa. Okay. I assume spending Kwanzaa in jail would also be rough, but New Year's and Christmas in jail?
Yeah.
I mean, God. And you're 70 years old? It's like...
And maybe in a wheelchair?
Yeah, I'm sure. That was a good one. Yeah, so we are going to get some updates this week. There is going to be a Manafort update on Friday, where, as you already know, Mueller's going to explain what Manafort lied about.
Yeah.
Man, that'll be Felony Friday.
That Friday's going to be good.
And then on Tuesday, Mike Flynn will be sentenced. That's going to be big. Because maybe we'll learn more about what's been going on there.
Yeah, we're getting Mueller full time now. He was very quiet all through the midterms, all through Thanksgiving holiday. Well, now it's coming fast and furious.
I'm sure after all this is over and everyone writes their books, I really hope Mr. Mueller does write a book. And I would just be interested to know, besides the inside scoop, just, I don't know, what his thought process was. And I know everyone says he's the consummate professional, but I also find it impossible to believe that even though you want to keep an open mind and, like I said, be the consummate professional, I know that being what I've read about him, I know that he knows what complete scumbags these guys are, and he had to know just this is not an investigation. I mean, this is not just something.
Well, look, this isn't the first time that Mueller has taken down some massive targets. He took down Enron.
Yep.
What else is on his record?
Shoot, I don't even think I knew that. Did he?
I
really?
believe Mueller did Enron.
Wow.
I guess you know what we've got our audience. Somebody better fact check me on that.
We'll hear from it.
I might have to make a retraction next week again.
No, it's fine. We have a new segment where we actually do that now. And then he took down Gotti.
Yeah,
I know that for a fact. So no, and I'm sure he did. He was the head of the FBI for like 10 years. He took down a lot of players. Enron, man, I forgot about that one. That was one of the big ones. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The way our show works, we don't have the MSNBC fact checkers, so everything happens after the fact through either an angry email from someone I don't know or
a tweet,
or I realize it myself when I'm editing. A lot of times when I hear it again, I'm like, oh, okay, and then I'll immediately correct it on through a social media post or whatever. But the main thing with podcasting is you want to get it right. What I've learned is you do your preparation, and then we don't worry about that. Mm. And by the way, if you think that people on TV on the big networks don't make mistakes, they do.
They do,
and they have no excuse. Mm. I mean, I probably hear one a day. I just heard one before you came in. I'm not going to bash him because I like him, but I'll probably send him an angry email. Myself.
You're not going to publicly out them on Twitter?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I should. The also on that line, the Protect Mueller bill failed again. That's weird. Why do you think they don't want to protect Mueller?
Well, because there's people that are going to get caught up in Michael Cohen's lies. Those are the people that are trying to not protect Mueller.
I feel like when the Democrats take control, like if I haul somebody in front of my committee, my first question would be, why don't you want to protect Mueller? Just a simple question like that, and then let them dig their own grave.
When does the new session start? January, third week of January?
Yeah, no, you're right on the money. Mm-hmm. And that's why this month is going to be so dangerous, possibly the most dangerous time in this investigation. The Republicans have less than 30 days now where they have the power still.
This is going to be the craziest lame duck session ever.
They're gonna pull out. If you think they've been doing crazy stuff, I mean, now this is it, and they know it. Mm-hmm. I just saw. I again made a huge mistake, which I make every week, which is I watched Meet the Press. Okay. Got to stop doing that.
You don't like Chuck Todd?
If Tim Russert, if there is an afterlife, I gotta believe that he's like, what the fuck? Mm-hmm. And I mean, he seemed like a generous guy, so he probably. It's not that I think. Okay, let me sound like Tony Robbins. Chuck Todd isn't living up to his potential.
Wow. Okay.
He could eviscerate these guys. I know he has the knowledge, but he's just not there, man. He had this guy John Barrasso on, a complete bozo. He's a senator from Wyoming, and he just did the whole Republican thing about Mueller. And this one woman called him on it, but it's like, Chuck, it's your show. You need to call him on it.
Yeah, well, Chuck, you got to remember, though, Meet the Press is not an MSNBC show. It is a national NBC broadcast. So they're still going to try to pander to the mainstream. Yeah, that's on NBC.
You're right.
That's an NBC program. Now, you might see it on MSNBC. It re-airs there, but that's a full-on NBC network show.
Okay, yeah. So they're kind of still, they're walking the line.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing. Yes.
Which is so crazy at this point. Like, what? Like,
yeah, why?
Yeah. That is nuts.
Mm-hmm. I like it when she hasn't filled in a while, but Katie Tur has sat in the chair for Chuck Todd on occasion when he can't do the show, and I would love it if she inherited that gig one day. She's one of my favorites in news broadcast.
She's great. I mean, whoever gets the gig, it's like I understand the need to be the classic newsman, but this is not that time.
No, you're right. It's not.
And Russert, I mean, were you a fan of that show? Yeah,
absolutely.
Russert, man, I mean. That guy was, because he was so like charming, he had the ability to just absolutely eviscerate somebody, but it was like you could tell they didn't feel bad, like they would come back. Like that's a skill. That's a very unique skill. Like even Mike Wallace, who was one of my favorites, Mike Wallace would just destroy people and they never came back. Like Russert was just so good at it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a skill that is very hard to find in newscasters. Mm-hmm. or reporters.
Yeah.
The Guardian broke a story about Manafort and Julian Assange.
Yes, they did.
I think while you were
That was the big story last week. Yeah.
and long story short, the Guardian's Luke Harding says that Manafort met Julian Assange at the embassy.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone has immediately begun piling on Mr. Harding for some reason. I don't understand why. I mean, do you have any clue?
No. Well, people don't like the truth.
Yeah, the Guardian is a well-respected paper, and Luke Harding is a respected reporter. So, like, we're not journalists here, but I guess it's a big deal when other journalists can't confirm it, and it's also a scoop. It seems like there's a lot of professional jealousy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a huge deal. Like that, if that's true, that's the scoop of, I don't know, the last 6 months.
There's another smoking gun right there then.
Right. Like, there's no reason for Paul Manafort to visit Julian Assange unless it's part of the Russia conspiracy. And then WikiLeaks, that's basically an arm of the Russian government, released this total. I mean, you got to see it. I don't know if you saw it. It was a tweet.
Mm-hmm.
It sounded like Vladimir Putin.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, this fake news, we will sue you. Like, it was actually shocking.
Yeah. No, I know the tweet you're talking about.
Yeah, you saw it.
Mm-hmm.
They're not even pretending to be like, is WikiLeaks just operated out of Russia now?
Now? Hasn't it always been?
I feel like they started off maybe with some kind of intentions, but at some point the server just got shipped over to Moscow. And who even is, what kind of staff do they even have there?
Yeah, Mueller's going to find out for us one day.
I'd be curious to know, has anyone ever written an article on just WikiLeaks operations? I'd like to know, like, where is it? Is it just Julian?
Well, it can't just be him anymore.
It's got to be a few people. Yeah. So now I knew this would be the most fun part, and you mentioned it before, but I just was saving it, the G20.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
The bro shake.
I mean, whoever's president next is literally going to go around the world and apologize to everyone.
Okay, but then that gets right back to one of the right-wing nut job's favorite talking points, because Obama had to go on an apology tour, so they'll just bash the next president. Well, he's on this apology tour, apologizing for America. They're gonna make fun of him for that, no matter what happens.
Yeah, but we all know that these people, they're lost. Like right-wingers, even the ones I know in my life, I don't even hear them.
Oh, look, I love listening to them.
Right. Yeah, I like to mock them.
Well, exactly. Yes.
But like, I don't even acknowledge, like I've told you, like that's one of my personal, I don't want to say it's a superpower, but I have this ability to filter out people that, a friend of mine in college said this to me after we were hanging out at a party and someone came up to him and he didn't remember their name. And I was like, oh, like we were just talking about that. He's like, look, and he didn't say this with any kind of malice. He just said it straight up to me. He's like, look, I'll remember you if you're worth remembering. And I always remembered that.
Okay.
I was like, that's true.
It's a little arrogant, but yeah.
Yeah, the way he said it was like, yeah, I guess you kind of had to be there, but it wasn't. It was just like, look, that's not somebody who's memorable to me.
Yeah.
They might be very memorable to someone else. So anyway, that's how I look at, when I'm talking to like a Trumpster, I'm not rude to them. I'm just like, I'm not going to, I don't acknowledge you.
Well, okay, Friday morning when all the news was breaking, I went over to my favorite website that you hate that I talk about every time here to see what their take was on it. And so I'm reading like through the comments. I'm not reading the Daily Wire's, well, I'm reading their writer stuff, but looking in the comments, everyone's like, well, Cohen will just say anything to lessen his sentence. He's just lying. He lies all the time. Like they'll twist it to fit their narrative no matter what happens, no matter what truths come out. They'll always find a way to make it okay. Well, this is, he's just lying to get off.
Yeah.
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 It's denial. They're all in serious denial that they put in the most disgusting, vile, un-American, racist ass in the office.
It's amazing what the human mind can do. Like the justification, and we all know the things they said about our candidates and our candidate, but it is truly amazing, right? I want to do Diefendorf right here, our sponsor. They've chosen to sponsor us. It's very cool. So just briefly, like I said, Diefendorf is the American watch company for people that do life differently. Now, I grew up with their founder. Now, me and this guy, James, I mean, we had the whole dazed and confused high school experience, and none of that has anything to do with this watch. So he's grown up and prospered, and I mean, you have your watch now.
I have one of the watches. They're beautiful.
Incredible. So he sent us 2 of these. First of all, it's just like I said, it's awesome to have a sponsor. But this ain't no Timex, bro. Like this is. I've been wearing this thing all week, and literally everywhere I've gone, someone's come up to me and just like made a remark. So you know, we're very proud of him as our first sponsor. If you guys go to getagreatwatch.com, you get $50 off any watch by entering, wait for it, Lock Him Up.
Lock Him Up. That's your discount code.
Lock Him Up at checkout. It's all one word and lowercase.
What's that URL one more time, Eric?
It is getagreatwatch.com.
That's easier to remember than Diefendorf.com.
yeah, you know.
Yeah, getagreatwatch.com.
Well, James is a very sharp guy.
Yeah. Use code Lock Him Up. $50 off.
Serious guys, these are beautiful watches. They're assembled in the USA. This ain't no Trump fucking bullshit. Like, so you know, check it out. And if you get one, let us know. You know, let them know where you heard about it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let's get back to the G20,
yes.
man. Good. I don't even know if that's where we left off, but good God.
Okay. Did Trump and Putin ever get their pull apart? Their pull aside? What do you call it when they have an informal meeting?
Yeah. Let me do the G20 from the beginning. Okay. And you just jump in where.
All right.
So the G20 started when. Okay. So first of all, I think he took off on the plane that night, right after, I don't have the timeline, but I think it was right after Cohen and all that shit happened.
No, it was, they were already in the air, and that's when Mueller drops his news.
Even worse. So he's in the air.
And MSNBC pointed this out. It seems like every time Trump goes on a world tour or goes out of the country for something, right when he goes in the air, that's when Mueller drops news.
Yeah.
That's when something bad happens for Trump. It's like he's waiting for Trump to leave just so he's going to be uncomfortable overseas.
Right. So he's in the air, you know, and then the in-flight Wi-Fi starts working and right. So first of all, he already doesn't want to be there for a lot of reasons. It's South America, Argentina. I don't think he has any deals there. So he doesn't want to be there. He hates anything international. And the thing with Putin. So then he lands, and the guy, I mean, did you see what he looked like?
Yeah, he was a mess.
He looks like a zombie or something.
Yeah. Well, he did just get off the plane, and we now know from from Dr. Ronnie Jackson that they all get pumped full of drugs when they go overseas.
Oh, you're right?
Yeah. So who knows what was pumping through his veins when he got off of Air Force One in Argentina.
Yeah, Ronnie Jackson was turning the Trump administration into like in Captain America, super soldiers, except they're super dumb. But he was pumping them.
Super zombies.
Yeah. Like pumping them with all kinds of shit.
Lots of Ambien, apparently.
Right. It's like the opposite of what the Army does with pilots. They give them uppers like, we just like put these people to sleep. So yeah, Trump, there were two, like, I know everyone says he's not like, they say he's not like, doesn't have whatever you call it, like dementia, but he looks like a man who has something like that.
He sure does.
Like, I didn't want to be rude about it, but
Well, no, you saw what I mentioned earlier when he was standing on stage with, I believe it was Argentina's prime minister, and he just kind of wandered off when he wasn't supposed to. They were supposed to all be out there taking the photographs for the end of the summit.
Right. He wanders off like Lennian of Mice and Men or just something like that. And this is the best part. So the guy's just standing there. Some security guy or whoever ran after him. And then on the hot mic, you hear him say, just get me the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Did he say the F word?
No, I think he just said, get me out of here.
Yeah.
And then this is a separate thing. Do you see the translation thing that they wear in their ear? Mm-hmm. Another time he was with somebody else and he took the thing off and he threw it on the floor.
Oh, I missed that one.
He has thrown umbrellas on the floor. Like this guy, I don't even know what to say about it. I mean, did he ever learn any kind of social interaction or graces or anything?
No. When you're rich, you don't have to.
I mean, I knew a lot of rich people growing up, and it's like, I didn't know anyone like that. Yeah, okay. I guess they were just better people.
Yeah, you know what? I'll take that. I shouldn't malign all rich people.
No, but I mean, you're right. That is the reason he grew up with a lot of privilege. But like, I don't even like the richest person in the world. Like, I can't even see any of them doing that. No. It's like a 5-year-old. I'm done with this.
Mm-hmm.
and just throw it on the ground.
Well, there's a reason there's those big baby Trump balloons that we saw at Politicon. I saw they had one in Argentina too. There were some protesters outside. They brought the baby Trump balloon out there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a reason he's spoken of that way.
Argentina is an interesting country. I'd really like to go there someday if I could. You're right that they did take in a lot of ex-Nazis, but to be fair, the United States took in a bunch too. Ours just worked in our rocket program. So I guess when you're contributing to mankind, all of a sudden all that stuff fades away. But Argentina took in the worst of the worst. They took in the
they're hiding people that needed to go to the Hague.
Yeah, yeah. Israel kidnapped that one guy out of there. That was kind of cool, Eichmann. So the G20 is a summit for, I guess, for lack of a better, it's like the world's 20th biggest economies or something to that effect, and they're supposed to meet and keep things copacetic. So
how many times that happens? More than once a year now, if I'm not mistaken, right? This is the first time I remember it being in South America.
I thought it was. There's more than I don't know if it's once a year because there's more than one G conference.
Oh, there's the
G7,
G7,
G8.
Yeah, it's supposed to be G8, it's G7, but Trump wants Russia back in it. They should be the G8 again.
Yeah. So anyway, President Bone Spurs was in
Cadet Bone Spurs
was in Argentina, and there was a photo of him among many things, like Putin is yucking it up with MBS, and did you see him in the background?
Oh, looking very jealous.
The guy's a creep.
There's a still image of that where it's just everything about it is just beautiful.
Did you notice that look where you saw that before? That was the look on his face when he creeped on Hillary Clinton.
Oh yeah,
same look.
Yeah, that's right. That is. I didn't think of that.
The guy, he's such all that money, and you can't hide that you're just a bozo, like a loser, a creep. The guy that when you see him, you cross the street. If it's in a bar, you stay away from that guy. A woman looks at that guy and just shivers, like he's a scumbag. And why are his pants so big? No, what is with the pants?
I don't know. Maybe he thinks he's hiding his fat ass if he wears fatter ass clothes.
Can we get Hope Hicks back here to steamroll? What is
No, wait, isn't she going to work for Fox now? Isn't she the Trump liaison at Fox?
Yeah,
Fox gave her a gig, right?
Yeah. But first she's got to go to work for the government when she gets indicted, along with with it. But what is with those pants? I mean,
it goes with the extra long tie.
It must be. I know that you can have a wardrobe consultant, so it must be that he's just no, I don't need it. I'm sure he tells them no, this is the same suit I've been wearing.
Can you imagine if that was your job, that you had to dress Trump every day? That is not a job I would wish upon anybody.
Yeah, that would be, that was Hope Hicks' job, pretty much. Yeah, so, at the G20 also, as everyone saw, Putin and MBS did, a Nike commercial style. Yeah, it was, and everyone disgraced themselves there, not just us. Every country, unless they made a statement to their own people that it was a disgrace that he was there, that's a disgrace. All of them.
Okay.
This guy killed basically a famous American journalist. Permanent resident. I don't make a differentiation. He was one of us.
He was living in America, writing for an American journalistic outfit. So yeah, they killed an American journalist. That's all you need to say.
Right. And right, exactly. And none of us are safe. And it's just like business to them. I've never seen anything like that.
We might never know if they really did it or not, according to Trump. We might never really know.
Yeah, I'm gonna write a new show called. I was thinking about this. It was or a sketch, Detective Trump, and it's a sketch where he's a detective, and in every scene, he and his partner have a guy in the room, and every time they're like I was thinking his lieutenant calls him in is you've been with us 10 years and you've solved no cases. He's like, well, they tell me they're innocent.
Yeah.
This fucking idiot.
You can have every piece of evidence necessary in front of him, but we might never know.
Wasn't that one time with Putin where he was like, look, he said to me very seriously, I did not do this.
He told me twice.
Yeah.
I asked him, I think Trump said I asked him twice.
That always works with the cops, right? Ask Ask the all over this country the thousands of African American men who are in jail behind bars, either who are innocent or just for some bullshit drug charge.
Mm-hmm.
They should have tried that with the cops, right? But officer, wait, no, I'm going to tell you again.
Mm-hmm. No, that was not me. I did not do that.
Yeah. Oh, why didn't you just say so?
That's all I need to say. Magic words. I'm free.
Yeah. Yeah. So I guess he's back from the G20.
I think I did see on the public pool that Trump arrives back in D.C. tonight. So yeah, maybe he didn't. I haven't seen confirmation that he returned from the Nazi hideout, but maybe he did.
Oh Lord, man, he knows how bad this is.
Mm-hmm.
Him and Giuliani, who's also going to prison. Well, we're gonna have to build a jail for all these people. Like, again, neither of us are a lawyer, but what they did with Manafort, oh come on, that's not obstruction of justice.
No,
like, pretty much every legal expert that we admire was like, yeah, like they're in this now.
So Manafort was trying to feed information back to Trump and Trump's camp, right? Is that what he got in trouble for last week with Manafort or with Mueller?
We're gonna find out more on Friday, but that's what's being reported.
Yeah,
and that's what he's been doing the whole time.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, we've known that. I mean, he found a way to send coded messages with a computer somehow from jail.
Right. He also wrote an op-ed for a fucking newspaper, which was, again, he was not allowed to do. It was some Ukrainian-related thing. Mm-hmm. And then I was thinking about this. They have to be monitored. This is before even Manafort was in jail. Are you telling me that Mueller, they didn't monitor him? Of course they did. Mm-hmm. I don't know the specifics of that, but I have to imagine that he was being monitored, tailed, wiretap, whatever.
Yeah.
The whole time. So of course they were going to find out. The only thing that would be a secret would be what happened in the White House, because I guess they wouldn't know that. Mm-hmm. They don't have that tapped. But
well, when do we get to find out Trump's written answers?
Oh, right.
Yeah. Those have been turned in. We haven't heard what he wrote yet, and it's going to contradict everything that Mueller was told by Manafort and Flynn, or excuse me, Cohen.
Do you feel like that's going to be a big thing, the written answers?
Yeah.
That's interesting, because I kind of feel like the news was definitely making a big thing, but I felt like by the time that even becomes a thing, he'll already be like indicted for something else.
Okay, well, that yeah.
No, it could be. I just feel like there's so much else that they don't really need that.
Yeah, but see, those questions, they're nothing but a perjury trap. So it doesn't matter that Trump lied because they were a perjury trap, and perjury traps are illegal. So it's okay that Trump lies. There you go. There's your right-wing nut job defense.
Yeah. Yeah, those people are going to be really struggling.
Mm-hmm.
Like the guy who wrote a review on our Facebook page and bashed us, and he was like, there's going to be no blue wave. And then the largest wave in history happened, and I mocked him, and he deleted it.
Yeah, of course they did.
They're going to have to delete their life.
Well, okay. No, well, yeah, maybe they will. One of the things I kept seeing also on Friday was that, well, when are we going to see, or there's no evidence. Mueller has no evidence of collusion. That's the only defense they still have. Well, no, we haven't seen the evidence. And
right.
If you think that Mueller actually doesn't have it, you're in serious denial.
Right. The reason I don't engage him, it's the same reason I don't engage Holocaust deniers. Because, seriously, like I always think about it the same way. When someone has been removed from reality, you're wasting your own time. When someone doesn't acknowledge that 33 indictments and 6 guilty pleas and 3 guys who are sitting in jail, they're not operating in reality.
Yeah.
And that's something that we need to, after this is over, we need to try to understand that more. I'm like, seriously, from a psychologist standpoint, that's very important. But right now, nah.
Okay, can we play that game again where, can we play the If Obama Did It game?
Sure.
Okay, so let's say in 2008 when Barack Obama was first running for president, and he had a little side business deal going with Iran where he was going to build Obama Plaza in Tehran and give the prime office suite to Ahmadinejad. Did I pronounce his name wrong?
Close enough.
Okay, so what would happen to Obama if that's what he was trying to do?
I'm going to guess that if he had a deal with the president of Iran, he would have been removed from the White House in handcuffs. Mm-hmm. Yeah, considering how they felt about the tan suit.
Oh, no, okay. If we ever get a TV appearance, I'm going to wear a tan suit.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wear the puffy shirt from Seinfeld.
I'm gonna wear my Diefendorf watch too.
There you go.
There you go.
I got mine on right now, and I if this was a video podcast, which it will be eventually, I'm working on that. Then it'll be proven that I'm wearing it.
Yeah.
I'm almost afraid to wear it out though, because it's.
Oh, that thing's too fancy. I'm not gonna wear that every day, but I might have some fancy things to wear too.
My propensity for breaking things is Did you know that Robert Mueller himself has a Diefendorf?
No way.
Well, he might someday.
Okay.
I think that'd be a great ad, though.
Oh,
well,
wait. No, you might be pushing it there.
I can't confirm that. How about this? People are saying.
Some people say.
Yeah, so if you guys do want to follow us, it's Mueller Time Pod on Twitter, Mueller Time Facebook page. Chris is at.
I'm Low Progressive on Twitter.
Right. And we also have an Instagram. My name.
You can also send me messages on the Facebook page, on the Mueller Time Podcast Facebook page.
Absolutely. You can hit us up there. Also, we have a YouTube channel, which will be fully stocked. There's already about 30 videos up there, but most of them are the podcast. But we'll have many more soon, and we're working on the video thing.
Hey, I do want to say one thing. I want to say congrats to our friends Mueller, She Wrote. They went top 10 on the iTunes News and Politics podcast chart.
Oh, I saw that.
Congrats to Mueller, our Mueller, She Wrote.
Yeah, they're great people.
Yeah.
Even though, remember when Jordan was laughing because I called them Ghoster She Wrote.
Oh, so what?
That was so funny.
Yeah.
That was so funny. Yeah, when they were up at the Comedy Store.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're great people.
Yes. Congrats to them going top 10. We're very proud.
Yeah, and onward and upward because this Mueller shit's gonna last for a while.
Hey, I really hope we have to change the name of this podcast one day.
I thought about that. We can shorten it, but then the thing is, check this out. MTP. That's fucking Meet the Press.
Oh yeah, we can't. Yeah. Oops.
It's Cuck Todd.
They already have a MTP pod. I think that's what it's officially called.
Yeah.
No, it's MTP Daily on MSNBC. Well, that's his Monday through Friday show, Chuck Todd. MTP Daily.
We'll find a way.
Okay.
And again, we just want to thank Diefendorf, our sponsor, for really taking a shot on us and appreciate that very much.
GetAGreatWatch.com.
Yep. That's
$50 off. Use the code.
Lock him up. I'm getting good at this.
Yes.
I look forward to pitching like right-wing stuff like bomb shelters and enlargement pills.
Oh, what are you trying to take Ben Shapiro's business now? That's exactly the stuff that you hear when advertised when you listen to the Ben Shapiro podcast.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All those ads should be preceded by the statement, "Are you a huge fucking loser? Then you need this product."
He sells like gun insurance and
Are you serious?
Freeze-dried food that you eat after the nuclear bomb goes off. I'm not kidding. This is the stuff that advertises on the Daily Wire podcast shows.
So this is Mueller Time. This is Eric and Chris, and we will catch you next week.
Thanks again.